Welcome to VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. MLB time? Yeah, it's MLB time. I'm not going to ask for an apology. I'm not going to ask for an apology, and if you want to give me one, you go right ahead and do what you feel you need to do. Feel what you think is best. But I'm just going to say I was not incorrect when I pointed out the flaws in Major League Baseball. When I pointed out how Rob Manfred is running MLB, the enterprise, how he's running it like an organization that you don't want to have anything to do with. I'm not going to be the I told you so guy, but I could, I should, but I won't. I hope this basically open up your eyes. I hope this opens up your eyes to what you see is what you see. Don't fall for the smoke and mirrors. This is the same person that called the championship trophy just a 10 thing, a metal thing. Hey, same league that really didn't give a flip about the cheating and the cheaters. The same league that you get the picture. And it's not necessarily incompetence. It's misleading. It's misleading, divide and conquer. It's just so many different things wrapped up into one. And what I talk about and what I'm referring to, if you have been living on the moon for the past couple of days or possibly week, Ken Rosenthal, a journalist, reporter, part of the MLB network, is no longer employed there because of an article or something that he written or wrote. You should check it out and read it for yourself about Manfred and how things are being handled and this and that. And it wasn't like the first one. It's a large number of them. So you just go ahead and you track those down. And I suggest you should self-educate yourself on this material if you care or have a little inkling about baseball in general, because numbers suggest that it's probably like 1 or 2% of you, but within that 1 or 2% that actually cares and gives a flip, there you go. There you have it. So basically, if you work for the network, if you are part of the league, you can't say anything against, you can't do anything against, you can't basically tell a truth or be a truth teller, because you might be relieved of your duties. You might not be around. You might get the sack. You might get fired. That sounds familiar. Have to say good and great things. Have to paint a picture that's not there. Have to say the emperor has clothes on, yet when we know the emperor doesn't have any clothes on. What happened to the separation? What happened to the integrity? What happened to letting the worker bees have their opinion, letting the worker bees state what they need to state, long as it's not any kind of tour it takes, not long as it's not any kind of divide and conquer, long as it's not some weird message just throwing it out there for clicks and for the likes and for just saying something that's extremely repugnant and wow, just because it's repugnant and wow, because that's going to drive a conversation. And that's what I mean by weird. If that's the case, fine, get rid of the person. That makes absolutely sense. That makes sense. But when it's because there's a difference of opinion, when it's because they're not towing the line of the company, when that's because they're not saying the things that somebody don't too much care for. Basically, if you have this thin-skinned, meaning person that can't take criticism, person that reads the paper, person that needs to be looked at in this positive light, when they are at the head of an organization and you start writing things and start saying things about what they are running and how maybe poorly it's being ran and how things are not happening as they should, you probably will not be there. You probably will get relieved of your duty. You probably will get fired. And especially if this is the MLB, and especially if this is the MLB network, because that's apparently how they're doing things. That's apparently how they want to do business and run Major League Baseball in the network. But hey, do what you need to do. I see through this, and I've been pointing it out, and I'll continue to point it out, and I'll continue to say what I see and see what I say. And if you would like to possibly at least think about trying to do things the right way or a different way, go right ahead. We can revisit this. But until that comes about, hey, continue to do you. Continue to do you. The money that you claim you've lost, and that's the teams, because the commissioner is basically the mouthpiece of the teams. Open up the books. But I'm not going to go down and talk about the CBA. You might not have a league in the distant or the near future, I should say. And you're definitely not going to have a season if things continue to go at this slow pace. I don't know what to say, but thanks.